now, ladies and gentlemen, is not only a 4-time NFL MVP and a Super Bowl champion. Not only that. Now, he is officially the Pebble Beach Pro-Am champion of golf.
Yep.
The founder of the Aaron Rodgers Book Club, a man who is incredibly insightful, entertaining, and dashing. Aaron Rodgers. Oh, what's that? You ever seen one of these?
Woo! Damn.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. What's that, huh?
How is it, pal? You feel
I'm
good?
gonna keep this in the shot as much as possible here.
Hey, congrats on the big win. We're all proud
Hey,
of you.
thanks,
go.
man. Thank you.
We're all very proud of you.
This dwarfs my other trophies. I was talking about how, when you win MVP, you get this little trophy. It's about this yay high. And then preceding years, it was even smaller and smaller and smaller. Then I won this Sunday, and this is a real trophy right here. This is the real thing.
You earned it.
I did. Shot. Get a shot at my shirt.
Ooh. Nicolas Cage versus the world. Obviously, he's going to win in every single fight there. And a lot of people calling you a sandbagger, Aaron. You know that? That trophy's bringing a lot of cynics out about the handicap that you played at versus what you actually are. The golf community is a little bit upset maybe that you're their champion. What I say to them is, welcome to Aaron Rodgers' world, pal. He's going to beat you. Hey, that's how it's going to go. Have you heard the noise about the handicap issue? I think Josh Allen has said a little bit. Some golfers have. And have you heard that, or don't let that ruin the celebration that's currently taking place?
A lot of jealousy out there.
Sounds like
it. A lot of jealousy. No, listen. They gave me the handicap, so I didn't ask for that. I didn't. I submitted all my information. I played 9 times previously, 8 times previously. This year, I made the cut 1 time, and I was in Max Home a few years ago. And I was playing with my buddy Ben, who's coming off a win in the Korn Ferry Tour, and. Like I said, I shot a blistering 86 coming in at Sherwood, my 1 round leading up to the tournament. And I felt like it wasn't going to be enough strokes to even make the cut. But found something on Thursday at Spy and played a little bit better on Friday at Monterey. And then played pretty bad at Pebble, to be honest. I barely broke 90. So it wasn't like I was blistering the scorecard. That course always eats me up, and we played it kind of dead back in the teeth of the wind and the rain. 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 11, and they called it. Then we came back on Sunday morning, and the wind had switched. It was coming more like a northwest wind. So we played the last 7 back into the wind, so it wasn't like we got the good side of the draw on that one. But Ben played great the last 8 or 9 holes. I don't even think I helped out a stroke. He made a few birdies coming in, and we held on for a 1-stroke victory. So it felt pretty damn good. Yeah,
you earned it. Don't let these haters hate. Don't let these negative Nances bring you down. You won that thing fair and square. So what? Sorry, I got hot. Sorry, isn't that what we're supposed to do? What matters? I'm supposed to play good. Did you get to scratch a competitive itch? I remember whenever we were talking to you a few weeks back after the season had ended, and we were awaiting the whales to come down from Alaska to give birth to the baby. Have they done that yet?
They haven't. I saw some actually in the bay, but I didn't see any. Still haven't seen any out of here. It's been a little disappointing. Wondering where those humpbacks are at.
Yeah, I feel like you maybe been. Is Billy McFarland selling real estate out there with these whales? Is this a little bit of false advertising? Maybe the whales will come, but we were chatting about what you were going to do and what you were looking forward to, and you said the Pebble Beach thing, you were looking forward to it because, like, the competitive itch, maybe. Did you feel it out there? Is that something that future life, not necessarily now life, but is golf something you feel like you'll be able to get that competitive drive out through, especially after you get a big-time win of a massive trophy like that?
Well, I think so. It's fun. It's fun being out there with those guys. They're so talented. And I was fortunate to have a great pairing. It was me and Ben on one side, Darius Rucker. And
why you punish me?
He's the best. He's a super guy. We had so much fun together. And then his partner was MJ Duffy, who's in his 30s. He's been grinding on many tours for most of his life. Had a great year last year on the Korn Ferry Tour and got his card. Awesome guy. And then right in front of us was Schoolboy Q and Macklemore. And I had met them briefly in previous years, but it was fun to get to talk to them because you're waiting on tees a lot. It's slow rounds, it's 6 hour plus rounds, which isn't the most time efficient golf, but it's fun to have conversations with those guys, getting those guys a little bit better. And Josh was behind us. I was ribbing him because I saw Kyle Allen was out there. Quarterback Kyle Allen was out there on his bag, I think, on Thursday. And then Friday, his swing coach was in the bag. I was like, Josh, you're not good enough to have a swing coach. I've seen you play. We played in the match together. But I love Josh. Josh's one of my favorite players in the league. And I love he's gotten better for sure. He's definitely gotten better. But definitely some jealousy, because there's only one of these that's given out.
And it's in Malibu, California right now.
Hell yeah.
And we get our name on that wall, which is never coming down. You know what I mean?
Wow,
it's
Jim
not like the border wall. That thing is staying up. As long as they have
hey, way to go.
As long as they have that.
Which location?
Hey, happy to hear you're still tapped in.
That was awesome.
We don't know if you're ever going. We don't need to dive into it, but I think that conversation leads to a good one here. You're having convos with Josh Allen, and I think Kyle Allen almost hit a hole-in-one actually in the practice round when he was holding on Thursday. I saw that video hit the internet, and you're getting a chance to chat to Macklemore, who has a golf company, I believe, loves the sport. You also got a chance to hear from a lot of Raiders fans, huh? Every other clip I seen on the internet was you chatting with the Raiders. Is Devontae going to buy you a house in the neighborhood? Devontae's getting interviewed by Cameron Wolf. Are you already recruiting? Devontae said, shit, fuck yeah. Everybody should be recruiting right now. What was it like to experience right in the teeth of Raiders fans and also hearing like how almost in unison it's all like, yes, we want you in Las Vegas. I was out there for the Pro Bowl in Las Vegas. All the Raiders people that were there were like, hey, Aaron would be a fucking awesome Raider. I don't know how often you get to feel that as a man that's never been a free agent. That had to be a pretty cool experience. And did that sway your brain at all whenever it comes to what your future of football looks like?
Well, I'm not a free agent. I'm under contract with the Packers, number one.
People forget that.
That gets lost in the conversation a lot. In years past, there's been a couple years where we got ousted by the Niners in the playoffs, and I went and played at Pebble. And those years, very razzing, I would say, from the crowd. A lot of Niner yells and other various well-timed trash talk. This year was a lot more positive. I think the sentiment was very positive. People wanted me to, get traded to their team, and the Raiders fans were probably the most vocal and the most numerous. But it was a lot of positive interactions with the crowd and the fans. The Pebble, the weather is always a wild card. You never know what it's going to be. But there was a lot of great fans out there who were walking with myself and other players out there, and just a lot of positive vibes. So I appreciate the positive words throughout the week.
Yeah, you win a trophy too. A lot of Raiders talk. Is that the universe?
Interesting.
I don't know. You tell me. The Colts fans were out there too. They were just trying to be respectful to the game of golf. Obviously, AJ has a question for you.
Hey, what do you have against San Francisco? I heard you tell Colton Oast you're not going to the 49ers. And also, were there any, we hear about all these Raiders fans and different teams. I would assume there was a good amount of Packers fans there as well trying to keep you at home, weren't they?
There were a lot of great Packer fans there, and a few people that I recognize who will follow me anytime I'm at Tahoe or in the Pebble Beach Pro-Am, which is awesome. Love seeing, the familiar faces. Pretty cool to see some of the same people over and over. But yeah, I mean, it was a really good week. What exactly was your question, AJ?
The Niners. Why'd you tell Colton Oast, I'm not going? Going to the Niners.
Listen,
those people.
That's breaking news. That was breaking news.
Huge.
I couldn't believe it. Number one, I couldn't believe that there was like a mic that caught those words, as clear. Now the way that's filmed, that's taped, obviously. So there's interaction before and after that time, and before there was a lot of conversation before on air. With Colton and I are buddies. We've known for a long time, and he was ripping me about Niners and this and blah blah blah. So that was just he had said a few things about the Niners, so I just kind of fired back a joke back to him. Nothing against the Niners or anything. It was just he had just said something about going to the Niners. So I just thought I'd make a joke back that I'm not going to go to the Niners, but didn't realize that was going to take off like it did. Cole and I were laughing about it
huge
on the green on on Sunday before the round. But yeah, I mean, I think at this time, especially in the off week prior to Tuesday's media day, there's not a lot of football news going on. So anything that gets said is going to get blasted out there a little bit more.
All right, let's talk about some news that is happening, and and you can also answer in your answer, which you could do at any time, by the way. Just feel like anytime you can answer within your answer about anything else that is happening in the world. You get to control what comes out of your mouth. Tom Brady officially retires, right, via selfie video from Miami, in which they're selling some sand from that part of the beach for over $100,000 on the internet, and the other moonshine bottle is coming to our office, from our understanding, which is very, very nice of them. Forgive us, that sand. He retires. What are your thoughts on Tom Brady's official retirement? And follow-up, does that sway you because you don't want to be on the same Hall of Fame stage as Tom Brady, obviously, so you're definitely not going to retire this year like Tom did?
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there for sure.
Yeah, answer within your answer. Do whatever you got to do. Good luck out there. Pulling for you.
I said a lot of kind words that I meant about Tom last year when he retired, and have a ton of respect for him and obviously what he's accomplished. He's a one of one for sure. Seems like this one is the final. There's not going to be a change of heart, but I think there always needs to be that room. Even I think unless you have some sort of major injury, I don't know if anybody can ever be 100% when they say they're retired. If some crazy opportunity comes up that you just can't pass and you still have the itch, I think leaving the door open is probably not the worst thing. But
agreed.
Like for you, I mean, you looked into options after you were done too, right?
Yeah. I'm happy none of those came to fruition, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it all worked out for you. But, the idea I wouldn't want to share a stage with, Tom and J.J. Watt, I think is ridiculous. Like, that's already going to be an incredible Hall of Fame class. Like, it's not even in the thought process. Their decisions don't impact my own decision. Doesn't make me want to come back so I can have the my own stage or whatever. That's just not how I think. I don't think like that. And that's what's going to be out there now until there's a final decision. It's a lot of fake news. I mean, that's our media in general. There's a ton of just bullshit. Honestly, I saw a report that Athletes First, my contract representation side, has already said I'm going to the Raiders or something. Right? I read that the other day.
That's nice of them to say that.
Yeah.
I mean, Dave Dahn is a dear friend of mine. He's been my agent for 15 years, I think, and dear friend, and we talk pretty frequently. But I haven't talked to him since the end of the season, really. I talked to him like 2 days after the season and haven't had a meaningful conversation with him in over a month now. So the fact that there'd be any news linking anything Athletes First and me, there hasn't been a conversation. So that's, again, I can tell you straight face. Hey, JJ, what's up, my brother?
What's up, Mr. James Jones is here, obviously.
You
Stopped
got
in to say
everybody
hello.
in there, man. I
Hell,
love it.
dude, Brady, you should have came. You should have came. Everybody would have been here.
What do you? What's that shirt you got on
Sweet
there?
shirt.
JJ?
I like that shirt.
It's Chandler Jones, stiff arm. And,
Oh, I thought it was you. Oh, nice.
Man.
That's a sweet shirt.
I know they've been recruiting you, man.
See you, man. Hell yeah.
See you, buddy.
Hey,
I missed you.
He works on. He's doing the show immediately after our show on this stage or whatever. I got a chance to see him yesterday.
yeah.
He looks so good right now, Aaron. You should see. He looks.
He should have had 10 touchdowns.
He
Yeah.
looks unbelievable,
sure.
dude.
He'd step on the field 10 touchdowns guaranteed.
We
All he does is catch touchdowns. That's James Jones.
That's a great tagline. Him and Tommy Wilson.
Yeah.
Pretty sweet.
Tommy Wilson
And
from
Spencer Havner.
Spencer
Yes.
and Jordy.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of those guys that you play football with, which is why everything that you do or say or gets leaked from your camp is big time news. What it sounds like.
Leaked from my camp.
Yeah, Dave Dahn. I
I'm
heard-
my camp.
A1. A1. I heard
There's
A1
nobody
say
else.
that's your camp, obviously. But whenever you say I'm not going to the Niners in a shit talking fashion to the host, that's taken as like, bam, he doesn't want to go.
Oh, hey, Shanahan.
This guy, what's the deal? He doesn't want to go there. It's like, I don't even know if he's alluded to anything. That's your life, though. And we've realized that that's kind of your life over the last couple of years. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask, have you thought about football while winning the Pebble Beach Pro-Am? And obviously you just said that the Tom Brady news has no say or sway in how I feel like I will live my best life going forward. But have you thought about football, and where are you in that particular discussion and conversation with yourself and with the Packers?
Of course. I mean, I can't help but think about football. It's, a love of mine, and I've given my life to it. So it's always, close to the front of my mind. But there's been a lot of other things that have taken my focus away, which have been great. Golf was a great escape for a week. Spent some time with some great friends and actually play halfway decent, win a trophy. That was phenomenal. But there's going to be time for that for sure. I'm not going to be out that way this week, but I'll be obviously enjoying the game and the commercials and halftime and all that pomp and circumstance around the Super Bowl. And then I got some pretty cool opportunity following that to do a little self-reflection in some isolation, and then after that I feel like I'll be a lot closer to a final decision.
All right, well, good luck with that whole process. All right?
Oh, yeah.
Good luck with that whole process. We're proud of you, too. It's not bad to have that little glass trophy whenever you decide to go into isolation, have that thing sitting next to you, knowing that the future probably pretty bright if I'm going to go hit the golf celebrity tour unit. Ty has a question for you. I was watching Ty's face while you were saying all those things. I'm excited to hear what he has to say.
Yeah, Aaron, given, everything with how hot you've been on the golf course, I understand there's, going to be some time for reflection. You got to figure out what's going to come next with your football career, but are we riding this heater on the golf course? I mean, I expect you to, have tee times for the next 7 to 14 days. And also, are you current on your dues at the Green Bay Country Club? Because that was one of the only ways people were tracking whether or not you were going to be coming back to the Packers last year.
Great question, Ty. Thank you.
I think I need to settle up with them. I'm a little bit behind on that, so apologies to Green Bay Country Club. I think that that I can handle my dues and the money will be there.
Atta baby. Atta baby. Hey, that's a stand-up guy.
Yep.
Huge.
But I think I need to settle up with them. I'm a few months behind. But
That'll be breaking
am I going
news.
to ride a heater? No, I'm probably not going to play for a while. I don't play a lot of golf in the off season anymore. I used to play all the time and got down to a pretty good player, and then just stopped really playing the same amount. I like to rev it up. And I didn't really rev it up. I played 27 holes before Pebble. I'm going to play. I'm thinking about playing an event in the Champions Tour in April, possibly.
Ooh.
There's a little pro-am thing they started doing last year. They believe it's in Dallas, so I'm contemplating that. And then obviously Tahoe is a staple every single year. It'll be my 19th year at Tahoe. That's
I got invited again.
one event. You're invited. Obviously, Pat, it'd be great to have you and the boys back because we had an absolute blast last year. Hopefully we can get Mrs. Hawk to come out for a short amount of time. It'd be great to see
Call
Laura.
some babysitters for us, so yeah.
And the
Hold
kids.
on now. Yeah, Mrs. McAfee might want to try. We need one of those as well, I think, by that time.
Might need to get out to Columbus and play tartan a couple times with AJ, see how that swing's doing, because I know he's usually just a guy that plays in the basement. But
Silky smooth.
Okay, so let's talk about that this offseason, because obviously a couple off seasons ago, you decided to drink that tea
That's right.
in the middle of a jungle called ayahuasca. And when you drank said tea, you had an experience that changed you. What did it do? Oh, I don't know. You went on to win back-to-back MVPs. I think you re-examined how you view everything in life, and you've become, I think, a much deeper person than ever before. This offseason, is there any of those types of things already set up, or are those kind of just like a feel, set up and go situation that just kind of pop up out of nowhere?
well, those need to be planned. Those are big trips.
I get it. Yeah.
Because
Both.
of the profound impact it had on me. It's always something that I kind of listen to that intuition on when the right time is. I don't think it's, again, I'm not ever going to recommend it for anybody. It has to be time and setting that works with you, and obviously the pull to do it. But it's definitely something that when I feel like doing it, then I'll set up a trip. There is some things in the works.
No ayahuasca this offseason. All right. Hey,
to do
that's big news.
Yeah.
That's big news. Put on ticker. I don't know if we have a ticker.
We don't have a ticker, but I think ceremonies around plant medicine will be a part of my life for a while moving forward. It just depends on the timing, the place, the setting, and what medicine is right at that time.
All right, so we're going to travel a little bit. We're going to figure out life. We're going into isolation here in a little bit. Are you doing the golf shot from here on, when's that, tomorrow?
Wednesday.
I'm not doing that. I've had a lot of fun with that. Last few times I went, I got to play with Mr. Fish, the CEO of Waste Management, a great human being, and had a lot of fun playing with him. But not going to make it out this year, unfortunately. There's a lot of excitement around that tournament. They just bumped it up to one of their premier tournaments, so they bumped up the prize pool, and most of the top players are playing in it. So that's pretty cool for the city. I went back in 2009 before it was still an amazing tournament. It wasn't anywhere near where it was now, but it was when the Super Bowl was there, and walked the course on the Saturday and just was in awe of just the energy that was there and the setup and the crowd. And it's even, it's that on, major steroids now. It's incredible, the 16th hole and the fans. And last year 2 hole-in-ones, and they just drenched the green with beer cans. And then there was another one Sunday. It's a bucket list for any golf fan for sure. And the Wednesday Pro-Am is pretty amped up too. I mean, the crowds are just incredible.
Me and AJ are taking 2 shots at Glory, I guess, tomorrow. 125 yards out at 16 at the stadium. You get 1 shot, basically, and it's $40-some thousand donation if you win, closest to the pin.
I would put my money on you for that, buddy. I know you've been practicing. You got the simulator now. The game's going to be tight.
Hey, how about I almost won that fucking boat last year? You remember that? Yeah. We almost took that boat out of there, out of Tahoe. Legit. I feel like we had 3 really good cracks at it.
Yes. Oh, the hole-in-one one, yeah.
Yeah, real close. AJ was I think,
boat.
7 feet. I think I ended up at 3 feet. I ended up with a bogey.
That was tough green.
That was the
really tough green.
Really,
tough green. I wasn't on you.
Aaron,
that's bad read from the caddy.
Yeah, well, we didn't have one of those books.
We need that.
We need that book thing that tells us what the green does. Because I'll tell you what, optical illusion out there, especially start mixing some of those vitamins and then the altitude and then the blisters from walking for the first time. It all starts kind of blending together. It's tough to putt.
Yeah.
And putting on glass out there.
Uphills, downhill.
I did get
invited.
You
got to figure it out now, though. You're gonna be golden this year.
You're right.
You got to figure it out. You might win that big trophy.
Hell yeah.
You might get one of these. I don't know if it's that big, but you might get
Oh, you ever see one of these before? AJ has a question for you, Aaron. Go ahead, Mr. Hulk.
Are you going to throw this offseason at all, Aaron? I know you normally don't really throw in this time of year. Have you thought about throwing this year?
Well, I'm still in the art of contemplation about my future, so I'm
Is that real? Are we really contemplating playing football again still? Is that like a heavy thought? Yeah?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow. Okay. I didn't know that. I just assumed because the way you've given answers, it's like foregone conclusion. But you have told us numerous times you haven't got through that portion of your decision making yet. So that seems surprising to me right there. That's a real thing.
Yeah, it's a real thing, 100%. And that's why I think it's going to be important to get through this week, and then to take my my isolation retreat, and just to be able to contemplate all things my future, and then make a decision that I feel like is best for me moving forward, and in the highest interest of my happiness, and then move forward.
What's isolation retreat? We're just going into a cave?
Are you not going to talk? You're not going to speak? One of those things?
Yeah. Is it just you in there? And if you're just in there alone, do you know how many days you're in there? Are you taking an iPad, a book? Are we able to reach you?
What?
Is there good?
It's 4 nights of complete darkness.
What? You go to Alaska?
Not Alaska, no. I've been to Alaska. That's a beautiful state. Man. That's a lot
Are
of
you
fun.
locked in?
Where is it?
You're not locked in. No, you can leave if you can't do it. You can just walk out the door. But it's a darkness retreat.
Wow.
And I've had a number of friends who've done it and had some profound experiences, and it's something that's been on my radar for a few years now, and I felt like it'd be awesome to do regardless of where I was leaning after this season. So it's been on the calendar for months and months and months, and it's coming up in a couple weeks.
So you walk into a room for 4 days, or is it a cave?
It's a room. It's a little house, yeah.
And they just kind of black out the window. Brrr, everything's dropped down, and then there's somebody in there administering sounds and what we're going through, options. Of
there's a two-way
mirror.
No, like a little slot that they'll drop in some food for you, but it's isolation and darkness. No, no music, no nothing.
Are they recording you and your actions?
How many people are in there?
Just myself. Isolation.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it'd be weird if you had some random stranger in a corner you couldn't see.
I thought it was a group. I thought it was like a group.
We're trying
that's
to battle for the toilet in the darkness with somebody.
So they're the one. So
Is there a bathroom or you wearing a diaper?
I think you can wear adult diapers if you want, but there's actually a bathroom. Yeah.
Okay.
and does that have like a nightlight or? So
No light. 4 days.
Do you wear clothes? What
are
do
you
do?
scared to death?
That's terrifying.
You're going to the hole for 4 days. It sounds like, and I assume you're paying for this.
No way I can
Yeah.
do that.
You come out in the morning and then you go in it back every night.
You're in there for 4 nights, and then you come out on the last day after the fourth night.
What about
Wait, all
there's
day
no
and
check
night?
in, check out. You're in all day.
You're in all day, all night.
Pitch black all day.
Sensory deprivation, isolation. Yeah.
Are you in a float tank too? Is there a float tank in there you're spending time in?
That's real. That's a good question.
There's no float tank. That'd be pretty cool.
So it's just a couch, like a random couch. Is like, oh, I'm gonna go on Lazy Boy. That's gonna be a difference between today and yesterday.
I'm not sure about that part. But,
What are you bringing with you?
well, it's not like you bring a journal or you bring music or anything. There's no sounds. No, it's just sitting in isolation, meditation, sitting with your thoughts.
Nice.
It stimulates DMT, so there can be some hallucinations in there, but it's just kind of sitting in silence, which most of us never do. We rarely even turn our phone off or put the blinds down to sleep in darkness. So I'm really looking forward to it.
I assume you're gonna find answers to a lot of things when it's just your thoughts for 4 straight days with no light, sound, or human contact. That's certainly. I'm scared you're not scared. I thought of me being put in one of these situations and me not being able to make it. Like, there's a lot of me right now. Okay, me talking to me, need to move on. Have you thought about that at all? Or has there been any bad trips? I assume people have not been able to handle this. I would assume.
I don't know. I haven't heard. Nobody I've talked to who've done it has had a bad trip. They've all had really magical experiences.
That's amazing.
And meaningful kind of breakthroughs. But the door is open, so if you want to leave, you walk out the door.
Hey, good luck in there.
Yeah.
Wow. Honestly, I can't wait to hear what you learn about yourself, from yourself, with yourself. 4 days.
We might have to do it. Might have to come on for a guest appearance after that.
I think so. I mean, maybe get some light and stuff.
Nah,
And
right.
Yeah, I will.
Just gonna be bopping all over that room.
Hell yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
how else
what-
you gonna pass the time?
Yeah, I mean, you're just gonna be. You're gonna be Freddie Bop the whole time, probably.
A lot of Jergens.
You're coming in. What are you doing? 4 days, dude. What did you bring with you? Oh, lotion. That's just lotion.
Big old thing of baby lotion.
Hey, good luck in there. We apologize for not being as sophisticated enough. Darius J. Butler's here, has a question for you. Certainly, that's a white person thing. I'm not 100% sure if any of us have ever heard of it before.
Nah, shit. I want to know where to sign up. I might try that thing. Definitely
Really?
gonna make-
Is that something you would want to do?
4 days.
I try
4
for sure.
days.
I doubt I'll be able to make 4 days.
1 day.
I think I could make a day. So yeah, first of all, Aaron, where do I find that? And second of all, I had a football question. These two offenses, betting favorites, MVP, Jalen Hurts, Patrick Mahomes. Which way are you leaning in this game as far as these offenses go?
Well, first of all, we can sidebar offline, D-Bud, about that other stuff. But
Yeah, about 4 days with no lights.
Yeah, I go 2. I give 2 max. I like
it's gonna be one up front. I think the Eagles have one of the best lines I've seen in the last 20 years. And I think if they can handle the D-line for the Chiefs, they're going to have a real good chance to win. Obviously, those guys dominated the line of scrimmage against the Niners. And, they didn't throw for a ton of yards in that game, but they ran the ball efficiently and all different downs and distances, and they had all 3 of their backs who were going. So I think it's definitely going to be one in the trenches. Philly or KC's got to get ahead. I think that's early. That's going to be their best chance. They got to start off with a great drive, opening possession, go down and get points on the board, and play from the lead. That gives them, I think, the best chance to make Philly a little more one-dimensional. Philly still is probably going to stick with the run, which they should, because that's their bread and butter. But if the Eagles line can control the line of scrimmage, I feel like they should win. But Pat, is just such a dynamic player. If he gets red hot and they go up and down the field, make Philly one-dimensional, it could be the recipe to win. But I really feel like they need to get ahead early, and if they can get it to 2 scores, that's going to change the dynamic of the game.
Aaron, how about this? I know this isn't a world you know much about because you're not allowed to, but if you retire soon or when you retire later, you'll learn about it because it's becoming the world. 76% of the money is on the Philadelphia Eagles. 76. That's huge. That is a massive, heavy
What
fan.
is the line? Are they
1.5? Hasn't moved. Hasn't moved at all. 76% of the money stays on them. The Eagles are favored. 76% of the money's on them. Hasn't moved. Normally, when you see that type of money, the book will start moving it because they want to kind of even it out. This is one of the most lopsided Super Bowls for a long time thus far. Wow. Early in the week still, but the whole world is basically viewing it the same way you are almost.
Yeah, I mean, Vegas seems to be pretty right on a lot of their stuff.
They've been wrong, though. They have been
They
wrong.
definitely have. And there's a lot of things that can happen. You never know. It's a long week. And,
script. Yes.
And confidence. Obviously, the Chiefs played in a couple of these already. I didn't read the script at the beginning of the season, so I'm not sure how this thing is going to go.
Okay, so you did not read the script. Why not? You said you don't want to. This year isn't the year. The 2 scripts beforehand, middle of COVID, they gave you the MVP, and you were kind of.
Those are fun scripts to read. I read those. I didn't want to jinx it, so I didn't read this year's. It was a mystery. What's going to happen this year? I don't know.
How do you feel about that? That's happening right now because of the officiating. That's a real conversation that's taking place right now because of the officiating, I believe, but also just because of how absurd the NFL is. There's a bunch of stats coming out about the Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs being exactly 6 Pro Bowlers and a Kelsey brother, quarterback this, and how many wins they have, how many losses they have. It's like a script couldn't be written better than this. It's like that's kind of what the NFL has been. The NFL's got the world like this right now, and they know it. All eyes. There's going to be like 140 million people on it. How do you feel about the state of the league? And then also the state that we're in where people actually believe that a script is written for professional sports, more specifically the NFL.
Well, I think the league is in good hands, and they're always going to look out for the shield and protect the shield. I think that there's some definite things in the referee department that probably should be changed and adjusted. But they have made some changes that I think have been good for the league, especially the extra referee in the sky, basically, where they verify calls pretty quickly to avoid unnecessary challenges. I think that's a good thing. I saw a lot of things about potential holding calls in that AFC Championship game that could have been called, it couldn't have been called. I think when you play in the league, you know who the best refs are, right? You know which guys talk to you, which guys don't, which guys are sensitive, which guys you can have conversations with, which guys and gals, because there's obviously a few women reffing as well. You know who the good referees are, and I think they just need to continue to put those best referees in the biggest games. That's what all the best leagues do. They have the best referees in the best games. Now, part of the issue probably is with some of the grading of the referees, because we send in plays every single week, right? And
yes.
So we're always and this, we want you to look at this holding call or this lack of a call here, this interpretation. And for the most part, they always protect their own, which I understand and respect. But at the detriment of the grading system, I don't know if that's always the best policy, because we would send in these clips which are clear and obvious fouls, and the majority of the time, so more than 50% of the time, they would return back with a verdict that it was actually the opposite of what we expected. The expected call should have been.
Oh, so you're not even getting it right with another opinion. Okay, that's problematic is what you're saying.
I just think that, and I think that they're protecting their own, which I understand and respect, but is that affecting the grading, which affects who refs these games, which obviously the championship games have way more eyes on them, so there's way more scrutiny. I think, is Vinovich or Sheffers doing the...
Sheffers.
Yeah, so I said both those guys because in my opinion, those are the 2 best in the league.
Okay.
I think they're the 2 best Whitecaps. They are the ones that communicate the best. I feel like their games are refed the most standard, I would say, across the board with all their officials, because it's more than just a white cap. You have umpire, you have side judge, back judge,
Right.
and all the officials in the field. But I feel like they control the game the way it needs to be, because the fans are there to watch the players, not the refs, and they, I think, do a great job of controlling that. And we had a lot of refs in the last half decade who were elite level officials retire from the game. Really, in the last decade too, there's been so many great ones. A lot of them, what do? They go on TV. Why? Because the money is what it is. We have Gene Steratore on the CBS crew, who's a fantastic referee. I thought he was the best, or one of the best in the game his entire time he was in it. You have John Perry, who I've seen on there. John is a fantastic referee. He's on TV now. Terry McCauley, fantastic referee. So you're talking about multiple top 5 guys. Who
was one of the first guys on
right
CBS refs? Bald-headed guy, black dude.
Mike Carey.
Mike Carey, he was on TV. Everybody
Mike
thought
Carey was on TV. Gene Austin, I believe, was on TV. But you had Pete Morelli retire. You had Walt Coleman retire. Ed Hockley retire. You had a lot of people who've been around the game for a long time and refed at a really high level, and that talked to you and communicated with you, and I felt like controlled the game for the most part. A couple of those guys I mentioned really like to hear their voice and would
certainly
be interesting diatribes around their calls. But for the most part, they were really solid referees. And the issue, I think, is not them retired as much as the league not paying one of those top guys to, like a Mike Pereira or a Dean Blandino, to be head of the officials. So you have a top former head ref become the referee czar. That's what you need. You need one of those top guys to be that head of the officials for the NFL, and the NFL just needs to pay that guy a salary which can take them away from TV and help to, I think, standardize calls across the league.
I think you're speaking the truth. I said Gene Steratore kind of took a TV money grab, and he said, "Hey, what's your money grab now, huh? I've been 40 years. I've been reffing both college basketball and football, a lot of time on the road. Okay, so maybe I did my service." But those guys that you mentioned being the great refs, they're great communicators. I feel like they're the best communicators, and also they have a feel for the game. Some of these guys look scared to death whenever they get put out there. We need to figure out how to change that. Hopefully we'll be able to do it. And Aaron, we can't thank you enough for joining us, dude. I know you got a darkness retreat coming up. If in that time at all you think of us, we just hope it brings smiles and laughs, bub, when you're in there. That's all we hope.
A lot of rainbows and butterflies for sure.
Hell yeah.
Dude, so you're just going to be like this? 4 days.
Well, I think there's a lot of sleeping involved, for sure.
Are you taking sleeping stuff?
No, I'm not taking anything in there with me. I'm just
What about weed? You smoking weed there?
nothing in there.
We got to keister a few things, maybe slip them out day 3 if you need it.
That's what I'm saying. Have you thought about like an audible if this doesn't go well the first 17 hours? That actually it's
Then
only
I'm
the
gonna
first
walk
45
out.
minutes.
If it's too much, then I'll just walk out. The door is unlocked. Do you want to leave? You leave.
Maybe. It
Is
might
there
be
a clock?
unlocked. We don't
Is there
know.
a clock?
So they say.
They say it's unlocked.
Yeah, also valid. I saw that one
You
show
ever
where
seen Saw? The
Yeah.
movie Saw?
Yeah.
they couldn't just walk out. They actually had to saw off their leg to get out.
Chained.
Just
We don't
touch
think that's going to happen to
Leave
you.
the right arm intact.
Yeah, thanks, AJ. Appreciate that.
Welcome.
No, I will not be keystering anything in there. But
All right.
So you're going in there completely
no,
sober.
no AQ question today, huh? I can't believe it.
Hey, Q, do you have a question for Aaron
I
Rodgers?
had one.
What is it?
Uh-oh.
So I was going to ask
Oh.
the tailor-made driver fitting, right? We saw it all over social media. Is it as good as we thought it was, and did you use it during the tournament?
Yeah.
Good question.
Great question.
It's a great question, and I get to pub one of my favorite sponsors. It is. I've said this about many of their clubs, but every single successive club seems to be the best that I've ever hit. I mean,
Wow.
the technology is
course.
crazy good. The forgiveness is ridiculous. I mean, I'm a field golfer. I can get into a rhythm, and I'm really good around the green, but if I drive it squirrely, then that's when I really struggle. And this forgiveness on this driver is incredible. I mean, I hit so many balls off the heel or the toe that stayed in play and allowed me to, get the ball up around the green and make a decent amount of net birdies. TaylorMade's been a great partner. I did the show last week from the trailer. They got a trailer that they take care of all the tour players and then the scrubs like me when I come into an event like this. They gave me a new putter. I don't know if you saw the putter head on it. The
so
cover,
nice.
The alien cover that they gave me was
when
they put that in the bag. I said, this is gonna be a good week. It's gonna be a really good week.
Damn right.
But I love TaylorMade, and all the people there are just first class, and they take really good care of me. And the driver is incredible.
Carbon wood?
Carbon fiber wood. It's called Forgiveness.
Yep.
Forgiveness.
It is a great
job.
It's good job.
That's the truth. That is the absolute truth. So big thanks to TaylorMade. They're a big part of this win. Thanks to Ben Silverman. Thanks to Steve John and the staff at the Monterey Peninsula Foundation. Thanks to Darius Rucker and MJ for being great.
Why you
you can't see it on this, but it says right here, it says 2023 champion.
Can you teach me about tomorrow and all the pain and sorrow running free?
And thanks to this guy for the inspiration.
That guy, yeah.
Hell yeah.
We need a little bit more Nick Cage in our lives, I think.
Yeah. I mean, if I were you, I just wouldn't lock myself in a hole for 4 days so I couldn't see Nick Cage, But that is what you're doing.
Though.
Yeah.
I'm going to see him right here. I'm going to have a lot of hallucinations where I am Nick Cage.
Oh, yeah.
Just want to let you know, shoot worried for you, okay? Just because I'm projecting my own thoughts on how I would feel going into that, but incredibly proud that you're willing to do this so that you can find your ultimate form of happiness, which I think all people should be striving for. We're pumped for you and scared, but pumped for you.
Thank you. I am not scared. I'm looking forward to this as much as anything I've done in a long time. So excited to unplug for a few days and then come back and tell you all about it.
We'll see you on the other side. Good luck out there. Ladies and gentlemen, 4-time NFL MVP and the current reigning, defending Pebble Beach Pro-Am champion, Aaron Rodgers. That a baby.